These are the Truefree 01 wireless earbuds. Right from the start, I have to say that I was sent these earbuds by Truefree to review, but this video is not sponsored, so as usual, I can say what the heck I want about this product, and believe me, I will. Let's get right to the specs. They have Bluetooth 5.3, a frequency response range of 20Hz to 20 kHz, whatever that means, a maximum Bluetooth working distance of 10 meters, 10 hours of playback time and up to 45 hours with the case. In the eco-friendly box you get the buds, the case, some basic instructions and as usual a way too short USB-C cable. Bigger buds of course means a bigger case. It's about twice the size of my AirPods Pro case. It comes with a welcome addition of charging LEDs, but sadly without any wireless charging, which is a shame. Also, I would have preferred to see the case in black, which would then match the earbuds themselves. But I can say it does a fine job of protecting your earbuds, as I have dropped it a few times already. Now let's look at design. When it comes to looks, any over-the-ear design is always going to have a hard time looking sleek, and the 01s aren't any exception, looking a bit bulky, but the black casing does help tone this down a bit. A white pair would not look good at all, but the bulk is offset by the fact that these are incredibly comfortable to wear all day long. And sometimes, if I hadn't been listening to music or podcasts, I think I might have totally forgotten that I was wearing them at all. Not being silicone, the design doesn't have as much give in it as some other pairs, but they are still comfortable and easy to slip on. I prefer not to wear earbuds whilst working out. I like to remain fully aware of my surroundings, but if you do, you'll have a hard time shaking these loose, which is a big plus over most in-ear designs, including the AirPods Pro 2. Now let's get to the most important part. How do these things actually sound? Well, a lot better than I expected them to for the price. The big drawback though is that because they don't go into your ears, you really do struggle to hear them in even a moderately noisy environment, like for instance next to a busy road. The advantage of the open ear design is supposed to be that you are safe and still aware of your environment. Now I go along with that 100%. But in the case of the 01s, you are 10 times more aware of that environment rather than the podcasts or the music that you're listening to. And even though I cranked up the volume to the max in these circumstances, it was really difficult to hear what I was listening to. The 16.2mm drivers don't seem to help much in this regard, and I would usually just turn off whatever I was listening to until I got onto a quieter stretch of road. Just remember that, unlike with more expensive brands, there's no fancy bone conduction going on here in order to help you hear your sounds better in louder environments with the open ear design. If you work out at a gym where music is blaring out all day, then these won't be of much use to you. However, if you run outdoors, over fields, or at a quieter running track, then you should be able to hear your music just fine. But again, I have noticed that even in quieter environments, I do still have to boost the volume a bit more than I normally would with an in-ear design. However, once you've found your happy and not too noisy place, the sound quality overall from these buds is very good. The midtones and high-end sounds are clear and undistorted. Podcasts and radio shows sound just fine, a bit like listening to a mid-range radio in the same room as you. But if you're a really big fan of bass, then I think you may be disappointed. Now that's not to say there isn't any bass at all, it's just not dominant or overpowering, no matter how you tweak your settings. The Truefree app is pretty simple to use. There is a dedicated EQ for custom settings, but for the most part, I found that bass boost, as with most earbuds, seemed to give the best overall sound for my taste. Bluetooth 5.3 connectivity is excellent, with the Truefrees picking up all of my devices at lightning speed, which as a dedicated Apple user did surprise me. Just remember to read the Quick Start manual for a change, as until you pick off the stickers inside the buds, you won't be able to pair these with any other device. While sound quality might not be the most exceptional thing about these earbuds, the battery life certainly is. I've easily gotten 10 hours as stated in the description, and with a whopping 45 hours provided with the case, these things punch well above their weight for the price point, which must worry lots of the competition. In fact, budget brands in general are now usually on a par with, if not better than, their more expensive rivals when it comes to battery life. Call quality on these buds is excellent, with them easily being on a par with anything I've tested this year. And maybe this is where the dual microphone setup for noise cancelling during calls comes into its own. So who are the Truefree 01s really for, and what are their best use scenarios? I think if you work from home or have to sit in video calls for large parts of your day, then these buds will suit you just fine. Battery life, comfort and call quality are all excellent, and at this price point I think it would be pointless to pay any more. You can wear them all day long and never once feel any ear fatigue. The open ear design means that you'll be aware of your partner, kids or even your cat crying out for attention in between all of those high-powered meetings. These buds are also great for doing housework or pottering around the garden, and they won't fall off every time you bend to pick up a weed. They're also great for a stroll or workout in quieter surroundings, but when it comes to noisy roads, the lack of volume or any kind of fancy bone conduction technology means this set of open earbuds fall flat, because you simply won't be able to hear your content too well. If you enjoy podcasts or chat-heavy radio shows, then these are great. However, if you're serious about your music and simply can't do without your bass-heavy dance tracks, then these definitely aren't the buds for you. That's it for this video. If you've enjoyed it, then why not like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.